Hello, good evening. Our theme for today's class is to move through the movements of the spine. Essentially, it will be kind of short and sweet, around 35 minutes. And prop-wise, if you have a bolster at home, great. If not, blocks, two, or pillows should do it as well. So with that said, we're going to begin just in a comfortable seated position, and then we'll kind of explore a flowing variation of the movements of the spine first, and then a longer hold secondly. So let's get started. Anything goes with the legs as long as you're comfortable. And I'll just encourage you to take some time to shut down the external gaze and to come into the internal gaze. To root down into the pelvis and then to rise up through the spine. And to elongate the breath in a way that is comfortable, a way that is rhythmical, a way that is nourishing for you. In and out, please, through the nose. And we welcome this space that we're in at this time. It's so unique. What's to come has never happened before. If it speaks to you, bring your hands to the space of the heart, thumbs into sternum. Cultivate some warmth between the palms and allow an intention to come to you. Once there, it radiates. And at this season, it grows. Spring is about growth, upwards and outwards expansion. There's an energy, there is a positivity to this time of year. A breath more, please. Heart is getting higher and lighter. And then relax your arms by your side. Keep your left hand by your left hip, and as you inhale, right arm up and overhead. And then exhale, lean over to the left side, create more space into the right side, and please take a thoughtful breath in and a thoughtful breath out. Then inhale, come back to center, right hand down, left arm up and overhead, breathe into the side body, inhale. And then cinch over, create more space on the exhale. Good. As you come back to center, we're going to add a twist. So left hand comes to right knee, right hand comes behind, full breath from the base of the pelvis to the top of the head. And then exhale to rotate. A breath more in and a breath more out. Gaze back to center, square the shoulders, twisting on the second side. Right hand to left knee, left hand behind. Grow tall, breath in. Rotation on breath out. Beautiful. Come back to center, square the gaze, square the shoulders. And now just kind of walk your hands further in front of you. Tuck the chin in. Grow some space through the upper aspect of the neck as the crown of the head elongates towards the top edge of your mat. A breath. And then walk the hands in, and we're going to lean on back, shoulder blades into spine as you lift through the heart. Inhale. Beautiful. And exhale where you are. Bring your spine back to center. Based on your sitting, let's adjust the stance of the legs. And then we'll take our flow one more time on the second side. This time, right hand by right hip, left arm, left hand to the sky. Breath in, breathe into the side body, space of hip to space of armpit. And then exhale to cinch, to create space through the left side body. Beautiful. Inhale, come on back to center. Exhale, left hand down, right arm up and overhead. You know just what to do. Lean into that breath out. And stay put on the breath in. Good. Back to center, head over heart, heart over pelvis, then tuck the chin and nice and slow, walk the tips of your fingers further forwards. Full breath here. And then walk the hands in, and we're going to adjust to walk the hands back. And I was just so into this flow that I acknowledge I forgot our twist. So we're going to take it at this time as we come back to center. Good. This time, right hand to left knee, left hand behind, grow tall, breath in. And then move into space on breath out. Good. Come back to center, gaze shoulders, and twist on the second side. Left hand to right knee, right hand behind. Full breath in. Beautiful twist on breath out. And then let's meet at center. So we'll mix the pattern, but you kind of have a good feel now of the movements of the spine we're going to. We have side flexion, we have rotation, we have forwards, and then we have backwards extension. Forward flexion and back extension. So let's begin with a back lying position. So we're going to extend through the upper back. Now, options. You could use a pillow. You could use a bolster. You could use a block. But we're going to place the prop so it is directly underneath the shoulder blades. And then the head is going to come up and over, top of head to the earth, or bring the earth up to you with a blanket, another pillow, and arms out to the side. So here we are in a counter pose to how a lot of us spend a good amount of time of our day. And unknowingly, we can collapse into the power of the heart. We can collapse into the space of the heart. So in this posture, we're just kind of bringing the heart into its rightful place, forwards and upwards. And we're also in an inversion, so the head is below the heart. And what that can do is it can bring a calming effect to the brain, to slow the rate of our thoughts. And Yin Yoga is a practice about space. Space in our bones, space in our connective tissues, space in our emotional body, our mental body. And it's in that space that potentiality lies. So take some really deep, really calm, really slow, and full breaths. With this reminder that you're right where you need to be at this time. And we'll have kind of 10 more cycles. Okay, a big breath in to fill. And then an audible breath out to release, like sigh it away. A little bit of movement through fingers, through toes after stillness. And then walking the feet in, knees are bent, to roll onto your side of choice. So sometimes when we come out of the poses, we feel the rebound effect. So we feel kind of fluid start to pool into that area that was under compression. And at first that can kind of stir the pot a little bit of vulnerability, the fragility, and it's all good. Let's take a breath more here. So after back extension, we're going to come into forward flexion. Firstly, ground your top hand into the earth, extend your leg, and with as much support for your spine and your head, come on up to seated. So today I'm going to cue an open angle pose. You might prefer to do more of a forward fold with your legs together. Both are going to bring your spine into a forward position, so I leave that up to you. And we just kind of get creative. So I'm going to double stack the blocks, flex the toes, ease into the legs, and then inhale, elongate the spine. And on the exhale, from the front line of your hips, take a hinge, take a forward fold. So there's some sort of support for the head. Really important. If we do not support the head, then we tend to just stress further the neck. And our neck's already under so much tension. So let's bring support into this pose so that our focus can be the inner lining of the legs. If the legs are together, it's the back line of the legs. And then the tissues that run up along the spine, from the base of the pelvis all the way up to the base of the skull. And as you enter each and every one of these postures, you come to a place of depth that is just enough. It's not too much. It's not too little. It's just right. Take some time here to scan the back line of your body and breathe into it. Body might move on its own slightly forwards and slightly downwards with the exhale breath. But a gentle reminder, we're not forcing the body to do anything. Instead, we're allowing the posture to unfold. We're allowing the posture to come to you instead of you feeling like you need to go to it. Create space and move into space. Ease over effort. Ten more breaths in your forward fold. exit. Let's take a cleansing breath in through the nose, deep, long, and slow. And then your refreshing breath out through the mouth, let it go. Hands are here to support your spine back into an upright position. Inhale, I'll meet you there. And then very briefly, bring your hands behind, lift up through the heart, open the front body for a breath. A counter pose, short and sweet. That's it. Walk your hands in. Now we're going to come into side flexion. So again, pillows will do. A bolster will do. A bolster and a pillow will do. We're going to kind of set ourselves up to thread the needle with our bottom right arm, like so. So your prop is underneath your rib cage, your upper rib cage on your right side to start. And we're just going to begin in a nice stacked position. So we have ankles stacked, hips stacked, shoulders stacked. And for some of you, that might be enough. A little bit of tone through the lower belly for support. For some of you, inhaling your top arm up and then exhaling to reach your top arm up and overhead, fingertips to the earth, could feel really good for your side body stretch. Maximize this space now through your rib cage. Maximize this space from your top hip to your top shoulder. That expansive breath, that supple breath through the side body. Moving away from center as you inhale. And then hugging into center as you exhale. Skin into muscle, muscle into bone. There's a little bit of compression, and depending on the hardness of your prop, you might feel it more or less through your bottom lung, through your bottom rib cage. So as your top side body becomes more expansive with the in-breath, your bottom side body has more compression with the same in-breath. And based on whatever is easiest to follow with the inner mind's eye, compression or expansion, just follow the one that brings you more deeply into this moment, more deeply into this intersection of time and space. Good. Just slow and steady. Just a couple more rounds of breath. And let's come into our breath of transition. So that deep, long breath in through the nose and sigh it out through the mouth. Yeah, so at home, you might prefer just to roll onto the back line of the body and then to switch sides. I'm going to come up and adjust so I keep facing the camera, but kind of take the path of least resistance. So wherever you are, thread the needle now with your bottom left hand. Good. Stack shoulders, hips, knees, ankles. And then feel free to lengthen your right arm up towards the ceiling on the breath in. And as you take in breath and output as you move away from the center. And then we have one last movement to complete, and that is rotation. So let's meet together on the back line of the body. Our last big kind of transition. And then sole of right foot to the earth. Left knee is going to come up and over. And inhale, just pause. And then on the exhale, right hand is going to meet left knee as you bring your left hand, your left knee over to the right side. And your left arm is going to come wide into your T formation. So based on the fascia, you might feel this through your left hip. You might feel this through your mid-back, through your upper back. But wherever you happen to be, let's anchor into the shoulder blades through the back of the head, and then bring some space, bring some rotation through the heart space. A really playful approach with the gaze. There's certainly no have-tos where the head goes, where the inner or outer gaze goes. Just kind of find the variation that your body feels it can let go in. Your body feels most at ease in. And even though I am starting to go more quiet, I'm still here with you. I'll bring you back in a little while. Gaze back to center. Your cleansing, restorative breath in through the nose. Out through the mouth, let it go. Knees will take their time to follow. To now uncross left leg from right leg. And then cross a right leg over left leg. Breath in. And then on the breath out, take your twist. Left hand to outside of right knee, and right hand extends back of the hand to the earth, palm of the hand to the sky. The refinement of the gaze is kind of the last thing to adjust before you settle into the stillness of the posture. And so I believe that a big part of taking some time to slow down, taking some time to listen to the subtleties of the body is to learn about yourself. And the body is always changing. In traditional Chinese medicine, we kind of talk about how the microcosm of the body is connected to the macrocosm of nature. So we're forever influenced by the cycle of nature that we're in. Our energy, our digestion, our sleep, even our mood, of course, it can be connected to what's happening in nature. And this morning, I woke up to just that happy sound of the bird singing in a tree. So there's now enough energy, to create song, to socialize, to spread joy. And as a practitioner of Chinese medicine, as a doctor of Chinese medicine, I really value how when we observe patterns in nature, it's tangible, like we can see that it's there. So we can see how nature is growing. We can see how nature is starting to bloom. Couple more breaths. And then gaze back to center. Stay right where you are for your breath of transition, please. In through the nose and out through the mouth. Knees are coming back to center. And then once you're there, hug both of your knees into your chest, lift the head, draw in this little ball of you, and let's extend into Shavasana, our final resting pose. I'll mind the time as you be still. The earth's embrace, the heaviness through your bones, the lightness through your breath. So here, I encourage you to take as much time as you need. If you're ready to come out of this pose, consider bringing the thumbs in between the space of the brow and trace a circle with the back of your thumbs. So the tissues are moving, giving yourself a gentle massage in one direction, and then through the opposite direction. Gentle thoughts. Then adjust the hands to the space of the heart. And gentle expectations here. And with gratitude, thank you for your ongoing practice. I look forward to seeing you next week on the mat. And have a great weekend. Bye-bye.